Hello, my name is Giovanni, and today I'm going to tell you what happened to me. A while ago, I worked at a company that, from time to time, made me work overtime until late at night. After a particularly exhausting day, it was already after 11 p.m., and I was hitting the road to head home. The road was dark and deserted, the kind of place you didn't want to be alone. As I was already used to, I turned on the radio to try to stave off sleep. After a few minutes of driving, I saw a figure on the side of the road, signaling for me to stop. It was a young woman with dark hair partially covering her face, wearing a white dress that looked out of place in the darkness. For a moment, I hesitated, but thinking about how late it was and the danger she could be in, I decided to stop. I rolled down the window and asked if she needed help. She, with a low and almost lifeless voice, asked for a ride to the next village. Without thinking much, I unlocked the door and she got into the back seat. Silence took over the car. I tried to start a conversation, but she responded with monosyllables, always looking straight ahead, expressionless. Strangely, the air inside the car turned cold, and I started to feel a shiver run down my spine. As I drove, the radio began to crackle, and the music was replaced by disturbing static. When I looked in the rearview mirror to see if the woman was okay, my heart almost stopped. In her place, I saw a deformed face, with empty, soulless eyes, staring at me fixedly. I stepped on the accelerator, panic taking over me. My hands shook on the steering wheel, and I couldn't take my eyes off that macabre reflection. Suddenly, she whispered something, but the voice didn't sound human. It was as if it came from a deep, dark place. "You should never have stopped," she said, a sinister smile forming on her lips. The road seemed endless, but I knew I needed to get away from it. Without thinking, I abruptly swerved the car onto the shoulder and jumped out. The car continued moving, slowly moving away. When I turned around, the woman was no longer there. The car finally stopped, and as I approached, I saw that the back seat was empty, as if she had never been there. But the radio still hissed, and the chill in the air remained. So I got in the car and started driving again, thinking it was a figment of my imagination. And when I drove about 400 meters, I looked in the rearview mirror.